The game of soccer is one of the most followed sports in the world. As of right now in the United States, it gets bigger and bigger every year. Something that gives people a better understanding of the game is the proper techniques that it goes through to kick a soccer ball. My name is Colton Priester, and I'm going to give you 3 common ways that the ball is striked and and how to use the proper techniques to kick a ball. My soccer career started when I was about 5 years old. I've been playing the sport for so long now that kicking a ball is just an instinct. I've traveled all over the United States, and I've gone overseas multiple times to play in Germany, Spain, and Mexico as well. I'm in my last year at the University of Mount Union coming this fall with the soccer team at Mount Union. The most commonly used form of kicking a ball is passing. Now, passing can also be used as a form of shooting in the fact that it's so accurate. But when passing a ball, you want to make sure that you're using the instep of your foot or the arch. When you're making contact, you want to make sure that you want the ankle to be locked out almost at a 90-degree angle and keeping it firm. The reason for this is if you do not do this, your ankle will be all flimsy and you'll kick a ball and it'll go to the left, it'll go to the right, and you won't have the proper accuracy that you need to make a good, consistent pass. Now, with your non-dominant foot or your standing foot, the foot you'll not be kicking with, you want to make sure that it plants next to the ball. Doing this gives you better balance, allowing you to strike the ball with greater power and more accuracy. Another little thing you want to do is make sure that your toes are pointing to your target. Making sure your toes pointed to the target or where you want to hit the ball gives you a greater accuracy and knowing where your ball will eventually go. Now, when striking the ball, you want to hit it in the center. Hitting it in the center will allow the ball to roll and be smooth on the ground so that your teammate can collect it and do what he pleases with it in the end. Now what I want to show you is the proper way of striking a ball in a demonstration. Now you notice as he goes up to the ball, he makes sure his foot plants next to it, his toe is pointing to his target, he locks out his ankle, and he makes good contact with the center of the ball to make sure it stays on the ground and rolls. The next form of passing I want to go into is a chip or cross. This is something that you tend to want to do when you're trying to hit the ball longer. When making contact with the ball with your foot, you want to make sure you're using the top or half of it, almost on the arch of where your toes are. Doing that, you want to make sure you hit the lower half of the ball. When hitting the lower half of the ball will end up rising. But when you're doing this, make sure you open your chest, expanding it, leaning back, so that the ball gets more height on it, and actually can go for a further distance. You will know that when you hit it properly with this technique, the ball will actually create a backspin, which is allowing it to go with a smoother and more accuracy when it's traveling through the air. As well with this, you want to make sure your ankle is locked out. A little bit different than with the passing, you do not want it to be locked out at a 90-degree angle, but almost as a straight line from your body. Here's an example of how to properly kick the ball into the air. So you see, let me just go back a little bit, but you see when he strikes through, his foot plants next to the ball, he swings cleanly through, and make sure his body's open, that he's striking the ball with good power and good technique to make sure that the ball rises in the air. So now onto the last form of hitting or striking a ball. This is the driven shot. Striking the ball with your laces is something that is a little bit more difficult to do, due to the fact that it is a less controllable thing as you get into the form. When you're kicking the ball, you want to make sure you're using the laces, and similar to the crossing, you want to have your ankle locked out, but instead of out at an angle, you want it almost directly underneath your body. And instead of placing your chest open, you want to keep your body over top of the ball. The reason for this is it keeps it driven at a lower level. Something kind of like the passing where it kind of stays lower, but not where the point where it's rising into the air like the cross. When you're striking the ball, you want to hit the center. Hitting the center gives you the most control and the most accuracy as you strike the ball. Now with this video, I would like to show you one last time, giving you an example of where he strikes it. Now you see his body's over the ball, his foot is planted where he wants it, his toe is pointing to where he's aiming, and His foot is flexed so that he can kick the ball and swing through. And you see he keeps his body over the ball, he keeps his toe pointed, and he strikes cleanly through the center of the ball with using the flat part or his laces of his foot. Now, giving yourself a better understanding of these three new ways that I've shown you can help you understand how soccer players pass the ball with great accuracy. And this gives you a new way of working out outside. It is a great way of getting yourself out there and doing something a little bit different. Thank you for your time and have a great day.